They're called Afterglow. They're from Mexico. Going to play some on Saturday night. We do a metal show here on The Buzzard. By we, I mean yours truly, along with Corey Roddick and Pat Butler. We are basically the triumvirate of metalheads here at iHeart Cleveland. And so Saturday nights, we do a metal show. What's it called, Bill?
2 hours until tomorrow.
2 hours to midnight is...
Which is tomorrow, so it's basically the same thing.
It's true. 2 hours to midnight is the name of the show. It is 10 to midnight, as the name implies. There is a Cavs game on Saturday, but it's a 7 o'clock tip in Detroit. So hopefully they don't go long. Hopefully there's no long-winded post-show. But
yeah, keep it tight, Snyder.
We'll either be on at 10 or right after the Cavs game. But got more from those guys. Got local metal from a band called Inherently Lost. They are from Youngstown. If you're a local metal band, you can always email me stuff. It's 2htm@WMMS.com. I always post the playlists week to week on our Facebook page and also WMMS.com. Cavs are playing at home tonight. They're hosting the Portland Trail Blazers. That's a 7 o'clock tip. So as soon as we roll out today at 6:30, that's when your pregame will begin. Portland, not a great team right now. Cavs are looking real good. But we'll see what happens tonight. You know, if you follow the Cavs on social media, not only do they kind of give you X's and O's over what's happening on the games, but they can also give you tips on things like recycling because they've got sustainability night coming up. So, listen.
Don't want to miss that one.
You don't want to miss that.
You want to be there for sustainability night.
Yep. So, we're going to see what happens tonight. It's the Portland Trail Blazers here at the Romo Fijo to play your Cavs at 7 o'clock on MMS and on the iHeartRadio app. And then Saturday, they will go to Detroit to play the Pistons, who I believe have lost about 15 or 14 in a row.
15 in a row is their current losing streak. Because I was watching the game on Tuesday night, or was it last night when they played the Lakers? I think it was last night when they were playing the Lakers. I was watching some of the game, and they kept bringing that up.
Yes.
And they did not beat the Lakers.
So, you know, why would they? They've got some, and who knows, they got some real all-stars there in the Pistons.
They got Cade Cunningham, and he's good.
I know, they do.
That's about all.
Jaden Ivey, and they got a handful of guys over there. It's my wife's team. But, yeah, so that's tonight. You know, yesterday, Poundcake and I had, we had a pish at the same time, you know? And
touch tips.
We didn't, but it was dead quiet. I do all my talking here on the air, right? Whatever I've got to say, I'm going to say it when the red light was on. But it really was pretty amazing because we were the only two in there, and we did have a urinal in between us, but it was dead quiet. So all you could hear was the echo of our twin streams. And
they were synced up?
I don't know about that because he was in there by the time I got in there. But we didn't say one word to each other, did we, Cody?
No.
See, I've taught him well. You save the talking for when the red light's on. Here's the only complaint, not the only complaint. Here's my latest complaint about the loo here, is that you can turn the water on, the hot water on, you can have it on for 10 minutes and it never increases in temperature.
Ice cold.
It's ice cold water coming out of both taps. I don't understand that. How is that? How is that?
How is it?
They have hot water in this building. We have hot water in the kitchen.
So wash your hands here.
Huh?
I wash my hands in this kitchen.
In the kitchen sink?
Yes.
That's a long time to get from the bathroom to the kitchen.
Touching all them doors?
Yeah, that's what I'm
What do
saying.
you think I'm going to be doing in between the... You think I'm shoving my hand in my pants
But you're
between
you're
then?
touching the door to get in.
Okay, and then I'm washing my hands.
And then she's
when I'm
washing her
done.
hands. That's probably smarter to do it when she finally does get in here.
Because there's a bunch of people touching the outside of the door, too.
Yeah, because I stood there and I'm like, I'll wait for it to warm up to wash my hands. You know, I got delicate little mitts. And I crank the hot water and I'm standing there, I'm waiting, and I'm kind of putting my fingertips
It's
in.
freezing.
It's ice cold.
And I don't like the soap in there. The soap in there dries my hands out really bad, which is why I wash my hands in here.
I mean, I hate to.
Smells pretty good.
These are absolutely first world problems, but that's where I live.
Well, it's the same reason.
And that's where I work.
It's the same thing with them having paper towels in there, but they don't bother to put it in the dispenser. They just
and
will
then
send
they're all wet.
It's just like all soggy paper towels that I'm like, dude,
All the more
just get a
reason.
hand blower. Just get a hand dryer.
I thought they had one in there.
We have one in
They
ours.
used to.
They took it out.
I think so.
And the trash can's always overflowing. I'm like,
listen, all that stuff is whatever it is. I mean, there are people who work here. But the no hot water in the bath, I can't figure it out. I literally couldn't figure it out.
There's hot water coming out of your body. Just wash your hands with your pee.
Yeah, Alan.
I just went to the bathroom.
It's pretty warm, yeah.
It's all out of me.
While use a last little spritz.
And it's freezing in there.
That's what I'm saying.
It is so cold. Not just the water, the temperature of the room. I don't think it's above 60 degrees in that bathroom.
No, it's like there's a window open.
It's so cold.
Yeah, it's weird. Anyway, Poundcake and I had a very quiet piss yesterday.
Next time I'll stand right next to you.
Go ahead. Listen.
Stare at him.
You know what?
Just stare directly at his eyes.
Yeah.
Don't break eye contact.
Actually, sit down on the urinal like it's a toilet and tuck back.
Ew,
and then that's how you pee.
God,
and
that's
look
like a
at
weird turn.
Listen,
That's like a weird
There
turn.
used to be troughs where you would pee on either side of it, and you could, if you wanted to, look a man in the eye while you were peeing.
Where did those go?
I don't know.
I've seen those
There's like old stadiums and stuff like that.
No.
Oh, no, they still have them around the corner.
The Lorain County.
No, I'm talking about like where it's like in the middle of the room.
Oh,
They
I see.
have at
It's like a canoe.
Like a basic training.
Yeah.
At Butcher and the Brewer on East 4th Street, that's the hand washing situation.
Yeah.
Where it's like the men's and women's restrooms are on either side,
But
and
then
then
we
they
all wash
both
together.
open
Yep.
to the trough where you wash your hands in the middle, which is odd.
I like the ones that have the two-way mirrors, but you don't know that neither side knows it's a two-way mirror, so you think it's just, you can kind of see because those mirrors are filmed a certain way. But there was a restaurant we went to in Phoenix, and they had that set up. But you could see the other side, but they didn't know you could see it. There was nothing hinky going on, but I was like, boy, what a weird design choice.
People are
Really weird design choice. Listen, there are a handful of people who are really hanging on to this by their fingernails, and they're trying to get me on board. I don't think Fart Panties Mary is going to happen.
Guys, it's not.
It's not going to happen.
I told you, $5,000. I'll sell you my farted panties for $5,000.
Hashtag
Bro,
FPM.
I'll
People
find
are
you a pair for $2,000. I'll
Find you?
Yeah, I'll
You just sneak in and find my panty drawer?
Listen, I know people that you know that would help out with this. If I cut Lane in on this, it's going to happen.
You each get $1,000?
Yeah.
No, $5,000.
$5,000.
Someone emailed me on santoratoes@gmail.com because we were talking about getting a pedicure, and someone earlier in the week was like, did you save your foot dust? And this guy emailed me, was like, very interested in that foot dust. Like when they use the scraper. We talked about that on air, didn't we?
It looks like grated cheese.
Yeah, and he messaged me and was like, no joke, like, let me know the next time you get a pedicure and what the price would be.
Snort your fit.
People are so
It's wet, though. It's not really dust because your feet are soaking. It's more
gonna
like
try it out.
cottage cheese almost.
But if you're getting a pedicure at an establishment and not doing it yourself,
Right.
wouldn't you need to pay them for the detritus? Doesn't it become
It's
their...
mine,
Not when it leaves your foot. Then I have a feeling it becomes...
but they're just going to throw it out anyway.
I feel, if you go back to, and I'm just digging deep here, but I have a feeling if you go back, it was a Supreme Court decision, right? It was Sargento versus the United
Yes.
States. I think it was, it had something to do with that. Where, where there were kids in high school that passed off pencil shavings as, or oregano as pot. Somebody tried to pass off wet heel shavings as cottage cheese.
So gross.
And it got them sued. I would look into that. I wonder,
like,
once it comes off your foot, if it becomes the property of the salon.
I've been going to the same girl for 6 years.
And if not, how do you ask them to save it?
Well, she knows me well enough. Her English isn't great, but we've become pretty good friends. And I'd be like, hey, T, you got to give me those foot shavings.
Is that sure for
Does
Tatiana?
it cost extra for the placenta?
What do you think a placenta is?
It's
Oh, God, please tell me.
no, it's like, isn't it the egg that the baby sits in or something? Isn't it like the something with
You
birth?
tell me.
I don't know what a placenta is. I just know
Well,
that
then
you
why
can,
don't you just say, I don't know what it is?
And why would it
did
come
you
up during
use
a
the
pedicure?
word?
We're talking about pedicures.
Do you get to clean the placenta? Do you get to
Because-
keep the placenta after your pedicure?
you-
Is that what you're asking?
No, you can ask when you give birth. You can ask to keep the placenta. Do
Yes.
they charge you for that? Is it still yours after it comes out of your body?
I don't know that there are people who want to keep the placenta. Usually what happens is you will have made plans. Gwen did this. You make plans beforehand. There are companies and services that will do something with the placenta. They can freeze dry it and put it into capsules for people who think
A lot of nutrients in there.
Nutrients, that's what they say, right? Now, there are other people who want, because they call it the tree of life, because it looks like it's a tree with branches. There are some people who have it bronzed. I mean,
some people eat it. I don't know if that's a rumor or not.
No, they do.
Wiccans.
They do eat it. Yeah.
Alan did.
You ate it?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
I thought you guys got the powdered. I thought you got the capsules.
She got the capsules.
I thought you did one.
I did. Is that eating it?
Yeah,
okay.
Consuming it.
That's consuming.
Yeah.
I thought you meant
would it
like
make you
people who saute it.
superpowers?
No, nothing. No. I think she ended up taking 4 of them. We still have the giant glass bottle of
It's
the
just
capsules.
supposed to give you vitamins?
Hours.
The theory is that all of those nutrients are supposed. You can consume them. I think it's dodgy
I think there's
science.
other ways to get nutrients.
Yeah.
like
It's like a multivitamin.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I don't think there's a downside to it. But anyway,
I think it's just greed. Like, I gave you these nutrients and you didn't even use them all, you stupid baby. I want them back.
it's my placenta. I developed that organ.
It's kind of cannibalism, let's be honest.
Well, so is Christianity. Listen.
This is my body.
Catholicism.
You want a bite?
Drink some of my blood.
Oh, you love me? You want eternal life? Take a bite of my body.
But yeah,
Hey,
Cody.
Mike from Parma here, not the Mike from Parma, but a Mike from Parma. You guys are listening to the podcast. You guys talking about Hall & Oates, and Hall & Oates. I had a buddy who had a poison ivy problem in his yard, so we hired this company, and the name of the company, Hall & Goats.
Yeah.
Guy came over with a truck full of goats, set them loose in his yard, and they ate up all the poison ivy. That's all I got. Hate the show.
So,
Bye.
goats aren't allergic to poison ivy?
I mean, I've never heard that before, but I take his word for it. If a guy has a whole company that's devoted to goats coming out, and
That's what it says right there. Goats are an ideal, environmentally friendly alternative for removing poison ivy. They eat a wide variety of leafy plants. Wow. They can eat several pounds a day of poison ivy.
I mean, I know they eat grass. There were companies back in the day that would have sheep and goats mow your lawn by eating all the grass. Seems like it would take a really, really long time, but there might be something to that.
That's crazy. But what an idea. I love that.
And you got a great name out of it, too. Hall & Goats is a fantastic business name.
Well, maybe you
Just
can
like,
start.
just like the one, the landscaping business that's Lawn and Order.
Yeah.
The best of all time.
There you go. Maybe you can start a local franchise. Hall & Goats. It doesn't work out for you in showbiz. You can come on back.
You're talking to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
You start a local franchise. If it doesn't work out in showbiz, any one of us, we could start a local franchise for Hall & Goats.
Maybe.
You gotta get
Okay, I mean,
goats.
Goats, yeah.
By the way, I hope Terry the Goat is okay.
Me too.
I haven't heard any update whatsoever. Terry the Goat, of course, in years past, many seasons past, would pick the weekly NFL games for us. And she lives out at Marcinek Farms. Al Marcinek is our bureau chief in Carlton, Pennsylvania. And he told me way before the beginning of the season that Terry was in ill health. And I haven't heard any kind of update. And I haven't asked because I don't want to be presumptuous. He might be mourning the loss of some of his stock. But she had a kid. She had a couple kids, right?
She gave me my first kid.
Yep. She had a kid named Mary. I think
Mare.
there's Mare the goat. And I think that there's also, is there a Cody goat there too, or a Poundcake goat or something?
I thought there was a Cody, yeah.
Anyway, I haven't heard anything about Terry the goat, but I hope she's doing okay.
I just have a question, Cody.
Sure.
When we're talking about pedicures, how on earth did your mind go to placentas?
Because he was saying when something leaves your body, is it still yours? And
okay.
does it have to charge extra? And I'm like, do they charge extra for the placenta? Is the placenta yours once it leaves your body?
Well, the baby's yours once it leaves your body. And it's attached to the placenta.
So we had somebody come and take it away, but another woman is telling me that she signed a form to take it, and she buried it in her backyard.
What grew?
Don't know.
Little baby
A child?
Some people do eat it. They saute it up and they cook it because it's just like regular meat.
You can take the umbilical cord too, right?
We did take that. Yep.
Is that illegal? Does that have to be special?
illegal?
Comes out of you. I can't imagine any of that's illegal.
But
If you're trying to
sometimes-
sell it on the black market, maybe.
Well, because somebody else, calling me AC placenta popper. Thank you. No, somebody else said that
See
they,
cord catcher.
yeah, that they had their ring finger amputated after a work accident, but they wouldn't give it to me because they said it was bio waste. So it probably just has to do with if they want to do it or not. if you get a doctor or a nurse who goes, yeah, I don't care, whatever, I'll seal it up for you.
Okay,
and,
but it also a finger can become necrotic.
A finger can become necrotic, and also you could be putting it into chili and being like, oh, there's a finger in my chili.
And like suing places.
Yeah. I'm never going to Red Lobster again. It was one of my cheddar bay biscuits.
There's a bunch of placenta in my scampi.
Hauling Goats was pitched on Shark Tank several seasons back.
And they said
maybe
no.
that was the guy who, imagine those guys. Those are the stories I love, in the wake of the news that Mark Cuban was going to be selling his interest in the Mavs. He was going to leave Shark Tank and all this kind of stuff for ventures as yet undetermined.
I heard it's to open a casino district. The people that are buying the Mavs,
the Adelsons,
yeah, they're going to come in, and he's vesting some interest. He's divesting of that so that they can take control, and then they're going to work together on building a casino district in Dallas.
Is that legit?
You can't.
That's what I'm.
You can't have casinos in Texas. Gambling's not legal there. There's 4.
They got a long con. I'm sure.
I was going to say also. I mean, somebody at that level.
They'd have to change the law.
Yes, and government is in the pocket of billionaires.
And you know who does that? Billionaires.
Yeah.
I guess that's true. I was going to say because Texas.
They couldn't have gambling in Vegas for a long time either until,
Texas only
or
has.
sports, rather.
I think they have 4 Native American casinos, and that's it. They have like poker rooms and things like that, but it's all illegal. Like there is no legal casino gambling in Texas.
Well, it sounds like they're about to change that.
That's annoying.
Why?
Because I want to have enough money to change things.
Everybody does.
That you just have enough money to be like, hey, I'm going to do this thing that's going to make me billions of dollars, and you're going to change your laws to allow it.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Texas gambling laws only allow horse racing and greyhound dog racing is what this says.
That's what I mean. You can't have like a
casino
a
gambling.
state-owned casino in Texas. But there are 4 in the whole state. I think there's only 3 or 4 in all of Texas.
You can do bingo, you can do raffles, you can do the Texas lottery, horse and dog, and 3 Indian casinos.
3, yeah. That's it.
Well, they make their own laws, though. I mean, like every casino in Michigan is Indian.
Well, and they're on their own reservations. They're on their own land.
Not all of them.
Most of them. That's why they can make their own laws.
Right.
Because some of them that you go to, there's no drinking. So I don't care because I'm sober, but I've been to a couple of Indian casinos where there's no alcohol at all.
Right.
So those people are there to gamble. Like that is,
those
not
are
a place to hang out.
Those are people who really like gambling.
Right.
You think people really like gambling in regular. See the viral video of the guy that was in his wheelchair circling the slot machines? So what was the point of that? To see which one? Was he playing all of them?
He's probably paying 50 cents a piece on all of them and just having fun. He looked like he was having a great time. He's just got his chair on Zoom and bing, 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 bing.
I mean, I guess if you're infirmed or not paralyzed, but if you're infirmed or whatever, and you're one of those chairs, I guess going somewhere where you sit all day long, if you're retired, makes sense. You're like, am I going to sit at home or am I going to go and blow my Social Security check at the casino? I wish. I would love to blow my Social Security check at the casino.
So emotional the last couple of weeks. I've been really thinking. I've gone. I think today might actually be 60 days without a bet, and I really wanted to gamble.
Oh, good for you!
I really wanted to gamble yesterday, and I know you guys make fun of me for today's 59 days.
We don't make fun of you for not gambling.
No, you make fun
of me for when you go out of state and gamble.
You make fun of me when I watch my slot machine videos, or at least Bill does, when I watch other people gamble on the internet. So what I did yesterday...
I wouldn't
That's
say
just you living
making fun
vicariously through other people.
You do make fun of me. You think it's stupid.
Yes, I'm not making fun of you. I'm straight shaming you.
Okay. Well, when I drew every parallel to you watching football and me watching casino, and it's exactly the same thing, you didn't have a lot to say.
Because it's still not the same.
It's identical. Anyway...
Wait, watching football is the same as you watching somebody gamble on YouTube.
Bill is invested in watching football for entertainment in something he can't do on his own is the same way that I watch other people gamble for entertainment as something I can't do on my own.
Maybe he has money on a particular game.
He might, but I don't know. But he's been watching football for a lot longer than sports gambling's been legal.
Now, do people really get granular and bet on whether or not those people win?
Maybe. I've never seen that. But what I did...
That's pretty meta.
What I did to keep myself, because I know how it's going to turn out, I watched one of my favorite slot guys He lost $30,000 in 18 minutes.
One of my favorite slot guys, ladies and gentlemen. She has multiple favorite slot guys.
I think...
You know, she has a lot of best friends. She has multiple favorite slot guys.
This guy might actually be my favorite.
What's his name?
NG Slot.
Sure.
So he's Armenian and has a very difficult name to pronounce. So he just goes by his initials, which are
What if his
NG.
real name was NG Slot?
I don't think that it is. Would that be
I'm
cool?
from Armenia, NG Slot.
But he posted a video yesterday where he lost $30,000 in 18 minutes. And I watched it, and I'm like, this is how it always... Like, they have the cool videos where they win a lot of money, too, where they'll go up and down, up and down. But when I'm feeling like I really want to gamble, I'll specifically seek out videos of people losing. Because I'm like, oh, I've never lost $30,000, but I know what it feels like.
The highlight reel is where they're winning tons of money.
Yes.
Yeah.
They want to know on the live chat if you ever smoke weed.
No, I have not been high.
You're not California
since-
sober?
Nope. I have not ingested any marijuana since April of 2021.
All right.
Yeah, I know.
Good for you.
Did you say gay out there?
Think y'all good with your little sobriety.
Here we go.
Switching it up on us, being so sedity, but it's fine.
Even Snoop went smokeless.
I know he did.
All right, I'm going to break here. If you want to send a text, 35192. If you want to go see the Rolling Stones, first time in Cleveland in almost a couple of decades. They're going to do Brown Stadium next June. I will have those tickets for you when we come back.
It's the Alan Cox Show.
On our free iHeartRadio app and your favorite smart device. Just tell it to play the Alan Cox Show.
On iHeartRadio.
From the Universal Windows Direct Weather Center, WMMS Weather.
Partly sunny skies for your Thursday, warmer with highs in the mid to upper 40s. Increasing clouds tonight with a chance of showers.